Campus Insider Studios. He's Doug Chapman. I am Jordan Cornette. A mere 59 miles separate these two schools. They hail from different conferences. Both teams boasting new quarterbacks with enormous shoes to fill. We've got Clemson. We've got Georgia. But for now, we have Jeff Danztler, our Georgia insider. Jeff, four-year starter Aaron Murray gone to graduation. It's the Hudson Mason show now. Is he talented enough to carry this Georgia offense?
Hudson Mason is good enough where Georgia can win big, but this offense is going to go through Todd Gurley, who leads an outstanding stable of backs. The Bulldogs will be at their best when they're riding Gurley, those other outstanding running backs, and having Hudson Mason throw off a play action. And I know my man Doug Chapman knows about great backs.
No, you're right. He can't carry it by himself. He's not Aaron Murray. Aaron Murray was able, when things fell down all around him at the wide receiver position, Gurley gets nicked up, Marshall gets nicked up, he was able to carry the team. But the offense will run through Todd Gurley. Last year in this game, 12 carries, 154 yards. I'm telling you, 2 touchdowns. He's a workhorse. The thing is, you got to keep him healthy. You may see Georgia adopt that Alabama approach where the quarterback starts off as a game manager. Let the running game get going. Get yourself with some third and shorts. Use that play action to draw those safeties down. Then you'll see Mason beat guys over the top. But you cannot expect Hudson Mason to be Aaron Murray right away. Okay,
so Todd Gurley's got the running game on lock, but that offensive line loses 3 starters from last season. Jeff, will that be the Achilles heel for the Bulldogs this upcoming season?
Well, it's the biggest question on the offensive side of the ball, no doubt about it. And unfortunately for Georgia, that's been a constant here the last few years. They feel really good about David Andrews at center. He's a 3-year starter and all-SEC candidate. The big question is going to be John Theus moving over to left tackle, that all-important blind side for the new quarterback, Hudson Mason. And, of course, Clemson's biggest strength on defense, the great pass rusher, Vic Beasley. So that'll be a key matchup on Saturday night.
Okay, Doug, Alabama wins the national championship in 2011 and 2012. The defensive back coach, Jeremy Pruitt. Florida State in 2013, national champions. The defensive coordinator, Jeremy Pruitt. 2014, Georgia Bulldogs. Who's their defensive coordinator? Jeremy Pruitt. What kind of impact is he going to have in Athens?
Now, first, they got some studs already there. He's inheriting some great players there. They're deep on that side of the ball. The thing is, last year was assignment. One thing you're going to see from a Jeremy Pruitt coach defense is, especially in the back end, guys are going to be in the right place. He's going to recognize where certain guys need to be. Maybe a guy's playing nickel, should be starting, kicked out the corner, maybe kick back to safety. That's the first thing. He's going to also simplify the play calling. You don't want guys out there thinking when things are moving 1,000 miles per hour. Simplify it. Let your playmakers play. When he was at Alabama, they were towards the top or the best secondary in the SEC. You see what he did at Florida State last year. Watch what he does with these Georgia athletes this season.
Jay Dance, Jeremy Pruitt, what's his impact?
Yeah, I think Doug makes some great points right there. Georgia feels pretty good about the front 7. The big question mark is going to be in the secondary. And with Jeremy Pruitt, he's got Georgia playing faster. And again, Doug hit on it, just simplifying things. There were far too many times last season Georgia looked confused. And when you got players looking to the sidelines, moving their hands around like crazy, it drove the fans crazy. And I'm sure it drove a lot of the coaches crazy as well. The other big thing for Georgia, they've just got to get off the field. The Dogs only had 7 interceptions last year, just weren't coming up with any turnovers or giving up way too many third downs. So that's another thing that Jeremy Pruitt has worked on with this defense. Tempo and trying to improve the ball skills in a secondary that you know is going to be tested by the Clemson Tigers on Saturday night.
Jay Dance, great stuff, man. Thanks for joining us. Doug Chapman, equally great stuff out of you, my man. Campus Insiders Nation, this in-depth coverage is merely the prelude to the wild opening weekend ahead. For full coverage of highlights and results as they roll in, keep it locked on CampusInsiders.com.